but I like the concept of a full stack module as applied to the business world as opposed to the development world.
Yes.
I'm
Yep.
going to take that. So the thing I want to go back to just briefly, that was really I really liked how you described the problem set of as you started getting traction with your new business model for Home Tax Shield, which was to go B2C as opposed to the B2B SaaS
Hmm.
platform. So you started getting traction, you started seeing a path to profitability, and there was the internal work was starting to find homes in the path of least resistance and spreadsheets and other places, right? Like that's what you were describing. And what I want to add to that is what I see happening when that phenomenon happens, which it almost always does happen if you don't do something to fight it. The way you can really tell is that they become held hostage to in their workday, they become held hostage to Slack or Teams chat or email. And
Hmm.
and what those tools are for, of course, is asynchronous or fast communication, but they have started taking on a job they were not meant to take on. And
Hmm.
so people say things like, well, I hate Teams chat and I hate Slack. And I would say 90% of the time, that's because the tools are being abused and they are filling in the vacuum of the cross functional collaboration that, like, where, 10 people working on a complex process across 5 departments, everybody needs to know where is the work? What is the context? What comes next? And when stuff is in custom spreadsheets and PowerPoints and other places, the fallback position to try to orient yourself relative to that work is a Slack chat.
Hmm.
And so it's a very expensive, or a Teams chat or email or whatever. And it's a very expensive way to do complex work because it feels productive to me as an individual to push a message at you. But
Hmm.
you now have to go spend your cognitive capital and time to rebuild the complex context around that pushed async message. But oh, by the way, that context isn't defined anywhere. So you've got your definition of the workflow. The other 10 people have their definitions, and everybody is simultaneously reconstructing what's supposed to be happening, which is why in these async platforms, which is why people have too many meetings, which are the most expensive form, because you
Hmm.
actually have to get on an hour-long Zoom call for everybody to reorient themselves and sort of triangulate all of these, isolated, siloed definitions of workflow.